Let me ask you something. What if I told you there's a player in today's NBA who looks like MJ when he glides through the air, who talks like a stand-up comic on Media Day, and who plays with the kind of fearless swagger that even legends respect? That's Anthony Edwards, aka Ant-Man. And if you haven't been paying attention, you're about to find out why he's not just next up. He might already be that guy. This isn't your typical 5-star to draft pick story. It's gritty, it's heartbreaking, and it's about turning pain into power. See, Edwards didn't even grow up dreaming about the NBA. He was a football kid all the way. Running back, wide receiver, you name it, he could have played it. The dude was built for contact, even at 7 years old. Coaches were drooling over his strength, speed, and vision. His family thought football was the golden ticket out of poverty. That was the plan, until it wasn't. At 13, during a routine football game, Ant broke his left ankle so badly that he was limping to school for months. It was a devastating injury, the kind that shatters careers before they begin. But for Edwards, it was a turning point. When he came back, something was different. His leg had somehow become stronger, more explosive. It was like a Marvel origin story. Suddenly, he could jump out of the gym. At 14, he threw down his first dunk. And just like that, football was in the rearview mirror. Basketball became his new obsession, but he was raw, just a freak athlete trying to bulldoze through people. That's when Justin Holland, a well-known skills trainer in Atlanta, stepped in. Holland didn't care about the hype. He saw a diamond in the rough and put him through hell. Intense shooting drills, shot selection discipline, defensive mechanics. Ant responded because that tough love training mirrored what he grew up with at home. While other kids were out partying, Edwards was living in the gym, grinding when no one was watching. But life wasn't done testing him. At just 14, he lost his mother to cancer. 8 months later, his grandmother passed from the same disease. That's devastating for anyone, let alone a teenager. And yet, Ant didn't spiral. He didn't quit. He turned grief into fuel. He started wearing jersey number 5 to honor the dates they both passed. His older siblings took custody of him, but they were kids themselves, struggling to make ends meet. Edwards bounced between homes, never really settling. But that never stopped him from chasing the dream. He transferred to Holy Spirit Prep to improve his academics, commuting over an hour each way, juggling class, basketball practice, and private workouts. One teacher even let him nap at her office, so he wouldn't pass out during practice. He was exhausted emotionally and physically, but he kept going. And when he took the court, pure fire. As a senior, he averaged 29 points, 10 rebounds, led his team to a title, and became a consensus top 5 recruit. By year 3, Edwards wasn't just a rising star. He was the man. He averaged 24, 6 points, made his first All-Star team, and Minnesota went all in, trading for Rudy Gobert to beef up the defense. The trade got roasted. Spacing issues, chemistry problems, but Edwards didn't flinch. He became a vocal leader at just 21 years old. And when the playoffs came, he went nuclear. Against Denver, he dropped 41 in a single game, the highest playoff scoring mark in Timberwolves history. Then he followed up with 36 and 34 in back-to-back games. That's rarefied air, Kobe-level scoring before age 22. And he did it efficiently. In a league where stars often fade in the postseason and shine brighter, people stopped comparing him to young players and started putting his name next to superstars. And he earned it. He could have gone to Kentucky, Duke, or Kansas like most elite prospects, but he chose Georgia, a school with zero basketball tradition, because it was close to home and because he believed in Coach Tom Crean. Crean had molded Dwayne Wade and Victor Oladipo, 2 guards who came into college underrated and left as stars. Edwards wanted that same path. And boy, did he make noise. In his debut game, he dropped 24 points, breaking Dominique Wilkins' school record. A few weeks later, he put up 37 in a single game, the most by a Bulldog since 1975. He ended the season averaging 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. But scouts were skeptical. He was inefficient, just 40% from the field, 29% from 3. Defensively, he had lapses. He even said in an interview that he'd rather play in the NFL if given the chance. For a number 1 pick, that raised eyebrows. But raw talent? Off the charts. His combination of athleticism, strength, and charisma was just too rare. So the Minnesota Timberwolves rolled the dice. With the number 1 pick in the 2020 NBA draft, they took Edwards. Some fans were unsure. Minnesota had seen stars come and go. Kevin Garnett, Kevin Love, Jimmy Butler. Was Ant just another flash in the pan? Spoiler alert, he was not. From a moment he touched the NBA hardwood, Edwards brought electricity. In his rookie season, he averaged 19 points, pulled off Dunk of the Year highlights, and showed up in every press conference with swagger and jokes. Fans loved him, not just for his game, but for being real. Whether he was joking about aliens or calling himself the fourth hitter in the lineup, Ant was unapologetically himself. And it worked. Year 2, he leveled up, 21 points per game, higher efficiency, and he led the Wolves to their first playoff appearance in 4 years. In Game 1 against Memphis, he exploded for 36 points. He wasn't scared. That's when people realized this kid is different. Then came the 2023-24 season. Minnesota won 56 games, their second best record ever. Edwards, 26 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. And when the playoffs hit, he took it personally. Against Phoenix, he averaged 31 points per game while shooting 51% from the field and 44% from deep. The Wolves swept the Suns, their first series win in 20 years, and Ant passed Kevin Garnett for most 30-point playoff games in franchise history. Read that again. Garnett, the face of Minnesota basketball, passed. In the next round against the reigning champs Denver, Ant helped Minnesota push to a Game 7, using his defense and playmaking as weapons just as much as his scoring. They fell short, but by then it didn't matter. Edwards had arrived as a true two-way superstar. And what makes him even more dangerous? He's only 22. He's still getting better, still growing, still learning. He takes ownership of losses, smiles in every interview, and wins people over without even trying. He's humble, self-aware, and fearless. In an NBA filled with manufactured brands and rehearsed quotes, Anthony Edwards is real. And that's why he's more than a highlight reel. He's the future of the league. And honestly, he's already the face of it. Anthony Edwards feels like what you'd get if MJ was born in 2002. Freakish talent, fearless attitude, and a love for the moment. But here's what separates him. He's doing it in an NBA full of super teams, social media, and sky-high expectations. And yet, every time the pressure's on, he delivers. Not just with points, but with presence. He's the face of something new. So whether you see Jordan in him or not, one thing's clear: Anthony Edwards is him. Let's keep it real. The game has changed. Faster, louder, more global than ever. But somehow, Anthony Edwards makes it feel classic. He gives you that vintage MJ fire with 2024 flair. He'll joke with the media one night, then drop 40 on your favorite team the next. There's no filter, no fear, just buckets, grit, and greatness. He's not trying to go viral. He is viral. And whether the world's ready or not, Anthony Edwards is him, period.